Hello. After working with people for many years, one pattern that I see repeatedly is that people believing that they are the strong one, the person that keeps everything together, that everyone relies on, that they keep going when things are difficult, and they somehow manage to hold everything together. And many people see this as a strength, and of course, in many ways it is. But what if being the strong one isn't actually who you are, but it's something that you learned to be? Because many of the people I work with can trace this pattern back from years or maybe decades. So they could have grown up in a family with conflict and they become a peacemaker, or had a parent who struggled emotionally and they learned to be the responsible one. And then again, they might have discovered early on that their own needs came second or third or fourth or fifth to everyone else's. Whatever the circumstances, they learned something important. If I stay strong, everyone else will be okay. And the problem is that what helped you survive then can become the very thing that keeps you stuck today. One of the hidden costs of being the strong one is that you become known for coping. So people admire you, they tell you how resilient you are, they praise your strength, tell you how well you're handling everything, and then gradually something else happens. People stop checking in because they assume that you've got it covered. And of course, you're asked for help, like that's going to happen when you have that kind of programming. And they assume you're okay. But in reality, you're carrying far more than anyone realizes. And I've worked with people who feel exhausted by the responsibilities that were never really theirs. The people who feel guilty resting, they struggle to receive support, they feel responsible for everyone else's happiness while quietly neglecting their own well-being. And the irony is that many of these people are deeply caring. They don't want to let anyone down. They don't want to become selfish. But somewhere along the way, they've come to believe that caring for themselves and caring for others are mutually exclusive, and that is not true. So one of the most powerful shifts that I see when I work with people is when they realize that they can be kind, supportive, dependable, without carrying everyone else's emotional baggage. They can support without rescuing, care without taking responsibility, and help without sacrificing themselves. And when that happens, something remarkable occurs. Because for them, they have more energy, more peace, better boundaries, and healthier relationships. Oh, and of course, more freedom. Not because they have become less caring, but because they've stopped carrying what was never theirs to begin with. So if any of this feels familiar, maybe the question to ask isn't whether you're the strong one. Perhaps the question is whether that's a role that you've been playing out and is it still serving you? And if it isn't, maybe it's time to just put some of that weight down. Your past may explain your patterns, but it certainly doesn't have to define your future. So if you'd like help exploring the patterns that may be keeping you stuck, I'd love to hear from you.